Part 1. The Untold Truth. Addictive version. Intense climax. People have always believed in something that seems obvious. Men cheat for sex. A simple statement, short, easy to accept. But when it comes to women, if you think the same way, then perhaps you've never truly understood them. Because the harsh truth is, women rarely step into an affair because of physical desire. They step into it when their soul has been drained. Not in a single day, not in a moment of impulse, but after hundreds of silent days, thousands of disappointments, and countless moments when they ask themselves, am I living, or just existing? No one sees that process. No one hears the breaking point, because it's not loud like arguments, not explosive like tears. It happens in silence, slowly, coldly, and more terrifying than anything you can imagine. A woman doesn't leave the moment she stops loving. She stays, she tries, she endures, she hopes, hoping things will get better, hoping the man beside her will change, hoping that lost feelings can return. But then, little by little, that hope erodes, by indifference, by being ignored, by seemingly harmless words like, you're overthinking, I'm busy, stop bothering me, it's such a small thing, why do you care? Do you know what's the scariest part? It's not fighting. It's having nothing left to fight about, no emotions left to react, no reasons left to argue, no energy left to try, only an emptiness. That emptiness is invisible. Even the husband, the one who should notice first, has no idea. He still thinks everything is fine, still thinks his wife is good, gentle, understanding, still believes his family has no problems. Meanwhile, the woman beside him is slowly dying inside. And then, one day, when that emptiness becomes large enough, someone else appears. He doesn't need to be handsome, doesn't need to be rich, doesn't need to be perfect. He just needs to show up at the right time. He just needs to listen. He just needs to say one sentence she hasn't heard in a very long time. I understand you. That's all. A simple sentence, yet powerful enough to break every boundary. What do you think an affair starts with? A touch? A kiss? A one-night mistake? No. It starts with a conversation, a caring message, a moment of empathy, a feeling of being seen. And when a woman feels seen somewhere else, her current relationship has already begun to crack. In the quiet counseling room, a psychologist has heard hundreds of stories, but what haunts him the most is not the act of betrayal. It's the reasons behind it, reasons that, from the outside, you would never understand. 3 women, 3 lives that seem unrelated, yet they share one thing in common. They didn't cheat to hurt anyone. They cheated because they had been hurt for too long. The first woman no longer loved, not because of a third person, but because the love in her marriage had died long before. She didn't leave, not because she still loved, but because of responsibility. For the children, for the family, for the TIs that kept her from walking away. But her heart had already left. And when a woman no longer loves her husband, finding someone else becomes only a matter of time. The second woman didn't lack love, she lacked emotion. A marriage that is stable, decent, without major problems, becomes an invisible cage. Everything is too safe, so safe, it suffocates. No surprises, no excitement, no sense of life. She didn't need sex. She needed to feel alive. And when a woman starts seeking that feeling elsewhere, collapse is only a matter of time. The third woman didn't talk about love, nor emotions. She talked about only one thing: money. You may judge her, you may condemn her, but if you've never been in a situation where you couldn't afford milk for your child, you had no money to eat after a day of exhaustion, then you will never understand her choice. She knew she was wrong, but she also knew she had no other option. In that case, cheating was no longer about emotion, it was survival. 3 stories, 3 reasons, but all lead to the same result. One wrong step that no one ever thought they would take. And the most terrifying part is not the affair itself, but how it begins, quietly, slowly, unnoticed, until everything has gone too far. If you're thinking, this would never happen to me, you need to read this again. If you're in a relationship and feel that something is off, don't ignore that feeling. And if you've ever wondered, why do people betray? Understand this: no one cheats when they are truly happy. The question is not, who is wrong, but what happened before the mistake appeared? Because cheating is not the beginning, it is the result. The result of things ignored, of buried emotions, of emptiness no one chose to fill. And if you are not aware enough to recognize those signs, then one day, you won't ask why anymore. You will only ask, what if? If you've read this far and started to see pieces of your own story in it, don't scroll past, because the next part will expose even deeper truths, where the line between right and wrong becomes terrifyingly thin. Hit like if this story feels too real. Subscribe now so you don't miss part 2, where every hidden truth begins to unfold. Because some truths, once you hear them, you can never go back to who you were before.